The Enlightenment was a time of new ideas and exploring the unknown. It was the first time that everybody started to think on their own, without the fear of being shot down by the heavily monarchist government. Out of all the people that started to conjure up new ideas and values, there were a few that made the biggest contributions to both their time and modern America today. The most influential values constructed and mastered were the ideas of equality, order, and freedom. Equality meant that every man and woman are born equal and with the same opportunities. This was groundbreaking at that time, because before it seemed to everybody that you were born into how the rest of your life is going to be. The philosopher that supported this theory the most was Mr. John Locke, saying that every man is born with a blank mind and that no one has the right to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or pursuit of happiness. Order was keeping all the people in line so the economy could run smoothly without any unneeded uprisings or outbreaks, demonstrated by Voltaire and Thomas Hobbes. Freedom was saying that people are not confined in any way by where they live or who they are, which is one of the values that Francis Bacon believed in. These values were known to be shared in the Enlightenment, meaning that everybody agreed with them, some more than others. These values are what help shape America. They tell us what is right and wrong on the big scale. When we have to decide between if something is right or wrong, we come back to these values. The Enlightenment added a moral backbone to the U.S., and without those ideas, we might be in a different place right now. When you think of equality, you think about everybody being equal, of course. And America has come a long way in striving for that, but they haven't completely succeeded. The biggest and most evident issue today is same-sex marriage. The gays think that they should have the same rights as everybody else. Currently, 9 out of 50 states allow it, one being added just recently in the 2012 election. Many people have very firm opinions on this, and they think that all states should allow it. One of the big things stopping same-sex marriage from being allowed in all states is Christianity and the Bible, which says that it is wrong for gays to get married. It is against what God wants. Christianity being one of the most prominent religions in the U.S., this turns out to be a problem. But America is slowly getting there. They are always making improvements, and without the idea of equality being known as universally correct, we wouldn't be half as far. A good example of order in the United States goes back to 1787, when the U.S. Constitution was written, converting America to a more stable and trustworthy federal government. This document really set up America, creating less conflicts and uprisings within its own country. It was a time of order, setting the rules. Every now and then, a country needs to bear down and secure their country in a way that makes both the people happy and the economy smooth. The Constitution of America did this. This is not a very complicated example of order in the U.S., but it is a sound one. The shared idea of constant order established during the Enlightenment was crucial for many countries because it led to the construction of a unique but fitting government that benefited the country. Without this idea of order, America could be in a completely different place, with more violence, riots, and bankruptcy. Freedom is another one of the big values that was established during the Enlightenment. It was described by saying that people are not confined in how they lived by anything. Although this value was universally agreed to be correct, it was not fully reached in America for a while. One of the big steps in doing so, though, was the Emancipation Proclamation passed in 1863 by President Lincoln. What it did was free most of the slaves in America at the time, granting them what they deserve, freedom. This helped America in striving for the perfect society, one without hate or anger. It satisfied the strive for freedom for many. This bill was passed because the president knew what the country wanted and what it needed for it to continue life as a successful country. Without the Enlightenment, who knows what Lincoln would have done, because he based his decision of freedom, a value established during the Enlightenment. Without the strive for freedom, our country would still have slaves. The Enlightenment was the first time where humans could really share their thoughts and come up with new ideas. The ideas that were conjured up became simply the platform for America and many other countries to build upon. Many values were established, some believed to be more important than others. But only you can decide which ones really matter to us and everyone else. Even the examples can be controversial, but you always find that the Enlightenment shared values will always be with us.